So I'm at Heavenly Ski Resort right now at a Lake Tahoe, and strapped onto my women's size 6 feet is a snowboard that I made from scratch using only materials that I found from Home Depot. In this video, we're doing two things. Number one, I'm gonna show you the wild goose chase that I went on to create this thing. And number two, I'm gonna show you how it holds up to a very real ski mountain before it croaks. It could quite literally not slide whatsoever or turn. It could disintegrate seconds into me using it. It could heroically explode on a run, or it could be shreddable. Assuming that it works at all, we're gonna quickly ramp it up to see how difficult of a run this bad boy can make it down before she kicks the bucket. Stick around. This is gonna be an interesting video. So I've done some research about a year ago as to how to make a snowboard, and I'm pretty sure, whoa, the ceilings are 8 feet tall. So are my planks. Anyway, pretty sure the bottom is some sort of ultra high density polyethylene or something. I don't have that. I'm gonna be using something that I found at Home Depot called Polywall. It's some sort of plastic that's going to be the base layer. Then after the base layer, I believe the next thing is a layer of, good grief, some sort of fiberglass. Then we have the wood core. That's supposed to be something very specific, like a really specific species, to give it the right flexibility, but also rigidity. Luckily, I have this beautiful painted black piece of pine that I managed to save from a recent wall installation we were doing. It's wood. How different can it be? So this is my board. It's gonna look, what the hell is my sander doing here? We're trying to make a video, bud. We're trying to make a video. This is going to be literally eons more pretty and impressive and functional than the one I'm going to make, but we're gonna use it for some help because I really don't know what the hell I'm doing. Again, about a year ago, I did some research. I'm not gonna research anything. I'm just gonna rip it because we have pretty much 2 days until this thing has to be ready. We're on a clock here. We're just gonna rip it. No time to dawdle. You'll notice that there's a shape that we have to capture along that profile. Then there's also another shape to it. It's got curves in the front, curves in the back. We have to capture that as well. So I'm cheating a little bit, but I traced out this mold about a year ago. There's some issues with it. I need to start over, but I do want to use that nice gentle profile that I made in this tester board. It's got this nice gentle curve. There you go. Ooh. Yeah, I had to shred for a moment. Yeah, we're definitely going no rollers here, no support system. We got deadlines to hit. Be expected. All right. I kind of want to use this belt sander to actually just sand the profile of the board rather than trying to cut it out with a jigsaw. So that went somewhere perfectly in the middle of very poorly and okay. We're gonna use the old trusty dusty disc sander. That should plow through the wood. Another thing I'm noticing is that we have a lot of knots in this wood, which wasn't a big deal when it was painted, but for a snowboard, I don't know. 1 knot, 2 knot, redfish, blue knot. We got a bunch of knots. It's just where branches were growing out of this tree, like branch was growing in here, branch was growing out that way. Branches are growing everywhere. Yeah, I just have to imagine when Shaun White was getting his snowboard made, when he won all those gold medals, the guys over at Burton, or whoever the hell was sponsoring him, weren't like, hey gang, we got a lot of knots in Shaun's board. Should we change it out for a better piece of wood? No. Budget's been cut for old man Shaun's board. So yeah, I suppose if that's how it went down in the boardroom for Shaun White, then his board and my board are actually pretty similar. I want to plane it to where the core wood is the thickest it will ever be. Remember how I was like, oh, I wonder if these knots are gonna be an issue later on? Well, planers really don't like having to deal with knots, so one of them just exploded out of here. The other one's like, look, there's a tree branch. That's gone. These are doing okay. Yeah, we have just these two massive holes in our board now. That's fine, I suppose. All right, I lied. I don't have a plan. I'm just gonna sand it, artistically sculpt it like Leonardo da Vinci. Did he paint or did he sculpt? Or was he science? All right, day 2 of the snowboard making process. Let's do a time check. Yeah, we got like 6 hours until this thing needs to be made. As of right now. Yeah, we aren't very far, are we? You know, there it is. There's our board right now. Okay, holy shit, we got a lot to do. Day 2. Let me show you how you actually like strap into a board. You have all these holes right here now, but then you have these things called bindings. They go on the board. You have this little base plate here, and that base plate sits in the binding like that, and then you use screws to go through the base plate and screw into there. So I need to make these screws on my board. I've marked it out. Let's put these screws in. This is by far and away the closest I have ever come to having something that looks like a snowboard. We got these threaded inserts in there. That now fits over it. The screws, come on now, the screws actually thread in. Obviously, we'll get some better screws that are the right length. We have so much left to go, and we have so little time. Okay, let's keep going. Remember this old guy? This is something called polywall. It's very waterproof. I'm gonna use this as my base. I traced out the shape of my board, and I cut out that same shape. Remember this old guy? I have no idea what this thing is. I don't know what it's used for in the real world, like for people who actually are doing important things for society, but I'm gonna use it for my snowboard edge. I just cut the whole thing in half, so I have 2 edges, right? Then I just glued it to that poly wall, following the curve of my board. Gang, I'm kind of legitimately tweaking right now because I can see it coming together. Look at this. We've got the base layer, right? The poly wall. Then we've got our edge glued to the poly wall. Next, we've got a layer of fiberglass, okay? The triaxial fiberglass. We put 2 of them there. Then the core, equipped with holes for aerodynamic purposes. That's what I'm gonna tell the investors at least. We place this sucker down somewhere like that. Then another layer of the triaxial fiberglass. Yeah, I'm shredding. The last hurdle we gotta do. Look at that profile that we now have to try to recreate. A little bit of lip at the back and then the front. Here's my plan for how we're gonna make this profile. We're going to divide 8 2x4s in half along this profile, right? The bottom 8 we will screw together. The top 8 we will screw together. What we'll make is some sort of a clamshell that's divided along this profile. We will then put all the layers in the clamshell, put resin between the layers, then put one clamshell on the other. Then we're gonna use clamps to squeeze it all together. That should give us the profile of this snowboard. We'll let it dry overnight, take the clamshell off. Everything should be laminated. That's what we're gonna try. Each of these 2x4s has been scribed with that profile. So when we put them all together, the entire profile is essentially a plane. I'm kind of tweaking out because it is coming together. We got the bottom of the clamshell. We have all of the different layers. You can see that will bend to the bottom clamshell. Put the top of the freaking clamshell down, all we'll do is just clamp it. Wow. Okay, here we go. Now it's the big layer. Let's get the core. Get these gloves off. Get some new ones on. Come on, come on, come on. My damn hands are sweaty. Knees weak. Mom spaghetti. What the fuck am I doing? That ain't it. That ain't it. Jeez. What am I doing? Okay. The whole freaking clamshell. Clamps. I think we have a legitimate shot of having a shreddable snowboard. That's preposterous. Woo! We got a board. So flimsy. Got a bit of zip to it. Let's sand it. Yeah, but our job in the shop is now done. Let's go to the mountains. See if we can get off the freaking ski lift here. Oh boy. Alrighty, we got off the ski lift okay. My cord is just digging. Oh, I'm gonna catch such a nasty edge on this.
Alright.
How does she feel? First test actually went extremely well. She's seafaring. We're gonna go up another lift further away from the base. We've done a green, time for a blue. Oh! There's the front. Oh my God, that happened so quickly. All right, we gotta lean back. Oh my God, I just absolutely flew by ski school. We've done a blue. Let's try a black. The board's coming undone a little bit, so we're gonna try to jump a bush. All right, status update for you. This side of the board is actually doing extremely well. Our issue. So on this side of the board, it is completely delaminating. I have no idea how long that's gonna last. The other issue is that when I'm going forward, the nose of the board just digs in. The profile we were hoping to make, I mean, it's there, but it just didn't get high enough. Guys, at this point, things are really unraveling for the board. We're just trying to get back to the car. We're a long way from home, and this thing might not have much time left on it. See how much that front edge is digging in. We've done the greens, we've done the blues, we've done the blacks. The board's got one more test. We got a couple double blacks. We got expert skiers only. And we got a homemade snowboard from Outer Woods. Let's see if we can make it down to the parking lot. Halfway done the run. There's a lot. She's falling apart. The nose is digging into every single mogul. We gotta jump to turn. Woo! Yeah. Woo. We found the ski school up ahead. We made it down the mountain. I got cocky. Oh my God. Could not be happier with how that went. Until next year, my sweet chariot.